All right, here we go. We are live on StreamYard, looking good. And then it's going over to YouTube. So I'm just going to go and make sure that our channel content on YouTube is straight. And then we'll be good to go. Let's see here.
I guess I should send out a YouTube link on Twitter so people could watch us.
Yeah, definitely do that. I've already sent up I've already posted a story on our Instagram this morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's our live episode right there. And we have one person watching now, so thank you to whoever that is.
Could be me, because I'm watching.
All right, it's you.
Shout out to myself.
At least we got one. At least we got one. Okay, everything looks good there. I'm just going to make sure the other bits of info in the video are going well as well. And yeah, we're going to get this cranking here in just a moment. For all the people that are joining us now or later or watching this later, whatever it is, welcome y'all. Welcome y'all. About to get our show started in just a couple seconds. It'd be cool if we did one of those little countdown things. You know?
That would be cool.
Yeah, all right, we'll do a countdown. As soon as I get this set up, live shows on YouTube. Add tags. Paste. Delete. Copy. And paste. Okay, good.
Any minute now, my camera's gonna come crashing down.
Is it? I hope not.
No, I got it like taped to a little box near my monitor, and everything's just sliding around because I have cords and stuff hanging everywhere.
Okay. Well,
it's rigged.
You know what? Sometimes you got to rig some things. You know what I'm trying to say? Sometimes you just got to be like MacGyver, you think?
Trust me, I am MacGyver with this stuff.
And you know, you got to hope that that thing doesn't fall apart.
Yeah.
If it does, it does. If it doesn't,
that is true.
Then you know what? You made it through another day. Yeah. Let's see here. One last thing. Allow all comments. Sort by newest. And there we go. Save. All right. I think we're good to go now.
Sweet.
As long as this saves and gets us back to what I'm watching here. Oh, yeah, there you go. Hashtag Blackout Podcast Live on YouTube. That worked. Okay, so something is working, which is a good thing. Yes, indeed. Let me go back to the video. And all right. Here we go. So you find the countdown. And you know what would be cool would be to or maybe I don't, you know, I guess we probably, if we could share, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to do this because I just thought about it. I don't know if it's going to work, but you know what? We're going to try. I have an idea. Okay. You'll see. If it works, you'll see. If it doesn't work, I'm not saying anything because I don't want to
jinx it.
I don't want to jinx it. There we go. Here we go. All right. I wonder if I can share screen and do the countdown as well. Let's try share screen. We'll
This
try.
coffee tastes like ass.
Well, that's your fault for getting butt coffee.
Hey man, Folgers.
What you licking on?
I'm just trying Folgers for like the first time. Instant coffee.
Yeah.
I ran out of my other French vanilla roast.
First of all, that was your problem.
Running out? Yeah, that was my problem.
Yes. Running out. A. B. Getting Folgers instant coffee.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
You know, it's I needed something. I didn't feel like going to rummage in the COVID infested aisles of Walmart. So
Man. So hey, I'm sharing a screen. Can you see anything on it, or is it just black?
it's just black.
Bruh. Why?
It's to
Let's see
represent the hashtag Blackout podcast because we hashtagging with
There we
Miami
go.
Vice. There we go.
There we go. All right. Let's. Okay. So that works. All right. Let's. You know what? I don't know what I'm doing here, but I know what I'm doing here. And you know what? I don't know where that countdown was, so I might just leave it off.
Okay.
It was a countdown. Oh wait. General green scheme. Guess.
Good old Crockett and Tubbs.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Forget it. We'll just do this right here. We're just gonna leave it like this.
Cool.
Till we get into the show. Okay?
Cool.
3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? On today's episode of the hashtag Blackout podcast, we talk about injecting yourself with bleach. Yes.
Yeah.
The one and only cure to everything. COVID, AIDS, cancers,
Erectile
drinking
dysfunction.
booty tasting coffee.
Hemorrhoids.
Yes. An addiction to crack. All that and more on today's episode of the hashtag Blackout podcast. Pew, 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 pew. All right. What up? What up? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to episode 199. Wow. Of the
One away
hashtag
from
Blackout
200.
podcast.
2 bills.
Yes,
sir.
One away from 200 episodes of the hashtag Blackout podcast, which honestly, we probably should have got to 200 a long time ago, but there's a lot of circumstances that popped up that made us not get there. It is what it is.
Yep.
But hey, we still here. We still going. I'm Jared.
What up, people? I'm Jay.
And we backing at it again. Jay, cousin, how was your week?
What's happening? Busy. Extremely busy. Work. Freelance work. That kicked my tail this week.
Okay.
Ooh. I mean, it's cool. I got thought about like one of my previous contractor, what do you want to call it? Coworkers, somebody who like did some contract work with our company a couple years ago. He just contacted me out of the blue. He's like, "Hey, Jay, what you doing right now? You busy? You need some work? I got this project I need you to work on. We need to do some 3D modeling and animation and stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. It's been a while since I did that. So yeah, let's do it." So set up stuff with him. Now I'm trying to finagle and put together quotes and stuff. So hopefully they accept my quote of the amount of work that it's going to require. And they don't backtrack on me and back out. So yeah, doing that. And then work, everyday daily work. Then, of course, dealing with work here, at the house, kids. It's a full-time job being a dad and a husband. So you know how that is.
Yep, definitely.
So yeah, man, that's the gist of it. Getting my kids prepared for the next belt test in karate. So and tournament season is coming around. So I'm trying to get their head squared away because they're thinking tournaments are like blood sport, where it's just a fight to the death.
That's what your kids think.
That's what they think. That's what they think it is. But no,
Okay.
no. Be me doing
Wow.
tournaments. That was like the fun thing. So it's cool.
Wow.
Hopefully, I could kind of get them to get over their fear of competing in front of hundreds of people,
Hmm.
possibly thousands, most likely hundreds of people. But yeah, trying to get them to get over that fear and you know, do their thing. I mean, they're progressing pretty good, so
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how they do.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
So when is does it, you said you said tournament season? Like
yeah.
they have
Well,
like multiple.
there's gonna be tournaments sprouting up. Like I was talking to the head uh instructor. Well, he's an owner. He's a Shion, so he's like a 6 Dan black belt, which is like
Mm.
a 6 degree black belt.
Oh
And I'm
wow.
talking to
Okay.
him, and he's like, tournaments are starting to pop up since kind of COVID is sort of easing down.
Hmm.
So tournaments are going to be coming up more and more now. So we're getting ready for the first one in like December. So,
Oh
you know,
wow. Okay.
yeah, man, it should be fun. I hopefully, man, I could get them to get over their fear. Because once they get over that fear, then it's going to be much easier for them to do. You know, I was
Yeah.
scared. I was scared. I was scared as hell, but I was excited at the same time.
Yeah. So when you were like, this is the thing. Like, this is my question. I guess. So the fear, the scaredness, whatever. So that's probably part excitement, right, and part like the unknown, right.
It's
So is it
part.
sort of like you going in like all you've seen, you know, is like the movie Karate Kid, and like everything that happened in there. You're like, man, I'm about to go in there and like get beat down or have to beat somebody else down.
Well, you know, when you initially think about it before you start training for a tournament,
Hmm.
you think it's like that. Like there's no glove. You think, oh, it's no gloves. It's like bare knuckle fighting.
Hmm.
It's none of that. You got gloves on. You don't do full contact, like
Okay.
hitting directly. Like I was in Taekwondo. Kids are in karate. Karate is like actually no like full contact.
Hmm.
During my Taekwondo days, it was full contact, but we had pads on, head pads, uh, fists and feet pads. So
Hmm.
we kick hard, and you know, and you score points that way. But for karate, I noticed when they were training, when the class was training months ago for a tournament, they only go to where it's maybe a couple inches from the body,
Hmm.
couple inches from the head, so they don't do a full contact.
Okay.
So it's a lot different. Um, but yeah, like you said earlier, it's more of the unknown than it is excitement.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll have fun if they get over that fear. They'll have fun, man. And then the reward of it, just seeing, you know, placing, getting medals, trophies, stuff like that. You get a sense of accomplishment when you do that. Everybody's proud of you. Everybody's clapping for you, so that makes you feel good. Makes you want to go to that next tournament. Makes you want to
Yeah.
compete harder. So yeah.
So have you talked to their sensei or whatever, and he said like in these tournaments, do they get a participation award type of thing? Like, do they get like a ribbon
Participation. I
for
think they get a
going?
medal. Well,
Medal?
you
Okay.
have to you have to actually compete to get a medal or a trophy
Mhm.
or something.
Okay.
So as long as they compete in anything, so they have katas that they do, which is like a kind of like a for anybody out there who does not know what a kata is, it's more like a choreographed set of movements that based on your level of involvement in karate. So
Hmm.
there's like multiple ones. So they have the first kata down pat. They have it down right. Sometimes they get lazy with it, and I try to correct them when I see it, but they don't like to listen to dad. They'd much rather listen to sensei than dad when it comes to
Yeah.
that, even though I'm giving them the exact same advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there's kata, and then there's kumite. Kumite is the sparring, the fighting uh, aspect of it. So you can win a medal or a trophy for either one, depending on how well you do. But if you compete at all, you're more than likely going to get a medal. So,
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
So I mean, there's a little participation award type of thing, but then again,
Yeah.
you have to do some things to get it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say?
You got to
Like, you
get
don't
over
just
the
like
fear
show
and
up.
get in the ring, man. You got to get
Yeah.
over the fear and get in the ring.
Yeah.
So,
And so yeah, and they have like at this age they have just like age divisions, right? Was it age
I
and
think
weight
it's more.
combo?
I think it's well. That's a good
Because I don't
question. I
want I don't
think
want
for
my
the
little
fighting,
cousin stepping in the ring with like an 18-year-old.
the fight, yeah. Well, the fighting aspect, I think, is based on age and yeah, I think it's more age right there.
Mm-hmm.
But then the kata part of it is more based on your belt level.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. But it's crazy because I got my 11-year-old is in a class with one of the other sensei's sons, and his son is 11, but he's like probably 7, 8 inches taller than my kid, and he's like almost a black belt. So
Okay.
I wouldn't put them together in the same, kumite fighting ring at the tournament. That would just be completely unfair. So
Okay, I got you. I got you. Yeah, that's cool. Well, cool, man. Well, cool. When is the first tournament again?
December 4th.
Okay,
So
so it's
we're gonna see if I could convince them to get in the
less than
ring.
2 months away. Yeah.
Yeah, if I could convince them to get in the ring, then we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll be a proud papa.
That's cool. That'll be nice. That'll be nice when they get to do that, because I know you used to do tournaments. When we were kids.
I missed them too.
So what
stuck with it. I say I missed them too. I should have stuck with it after after my school like closed down and moved.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't really do it anymore. There was no other schools around in sight, but I made it to black belt. I made it to first degree black belt. So that was an accomplishment, all of itself. So
yeah, you can beat up most people if you really need to.
I knew I could whip Daniel LaRusso's ass.
Daniel San, he tried to come up with that crane pose, and you knew that all you needed to do was sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Sweep the leg. That's cool. Well, that's cool, man. That's good. Well, good luck to them as they train and get ready for that. That's fun, man. My week has been, let's see here. A little busy with work. Also a little busy getting some recipes put together. Because this coming week I'll be in St. George, Utah, on what is it? Let's see what date that is. It is the 21st. As I have a class, a barbecue class that I'm teaching at one of the stores that stock Hooks, Rubs, and Spices, which happens to be right here. Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Go to www.hooksrub.com. Use the code Blackout10 for 10% off. I mean, hey, it's right there for you people. It's right there. This is the midnight.
Get yourself some meat.
Get yourself some meat. Actually, I was contacted by the state agriculture department, several weeks back about some project that they were doing with the governor's wife, the governor of the state of Utah's wife. She was creating these boxes of, of products from local or Utah, product makers, all kinds of stuff. And so they reached out to me to see if I wanted to be a part of it. So I did. And then they sent the photo, which I'll have to share with you at some point in time. But yeah, it was sort of like those subscription box, like blind box things where you just get stuff. So it sort of looked like that, it's just a bunch of different random products. And it was cool. They had, some Hooks Rub bottles like nestled down in there really nicely. So yeah, that was cool to see that. But yeah, coming up here, we'll be doing a class. So I'm going to be doing two different, what is it called? Two different recipes, basically. Maybe three. I don't know. wait, no, four. It'll be four different recipes. So one's going to
Mhm.
be Texas Twinkies, right? So the
Okay.
Texas Twinkies that I made for the Utah State Fair, I'm actually going to reprise that. But they actually asked me to do. They actually asked me to do. What do you call it? Pulled pork instead of brisket because I did brisket in that last one, and um, the brisket one. I guess they wanted me to do brisket because, or excuse me, they wanted me to do pulled pork because I guess the last class they had was a brisket class. So there's the flyer for it
Cool.
coming up this week in St. George, Utah. Maybe by the time you guys hear this, the thing might have happened already. It's okay. Just ask me how it went. Um, anyway, yeah. Coming up, I'm pretty excited for that. Uh, Man, it's gonna be
Yeah.
nice. The people down at this store, the barbecue pit stop they were not the first store to carry my product. I think another store actually got it on the shelves first, but this is my biggest, my biggest account, my biggest store. They reorder the most. They have the most locations, and they actually just opened up a new location up here. Um,
Nice.
so yeah, they're always really good to me. Always really
Yeah.
nice. The owner's a really good, good dude. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
so I'm excited for that.
Cool.
So one of them is that pulled pork Texas Twinkie. The other one is stuffed turkey legs. So
Okay.
stuffed turkey legs is a thing like more in the South, especially in Houston. There's that place called Turkey Leg Hut
Yeah. Heard
um,
about them.
that is really good. So I'm gonna do a bacon jalapeno macaroni and cheese stuffed turkey
Mm-hmm.
leg.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then apparently I have to wrap it with bacon. So I guess I'm gonna be wrapping the turkey leg with bacon and doing that. The And then also I'm gonna do a surprise, additional stuffing for it, which actually is one of the more recent recipes that I launched up on the Hooks Rub website. So you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to go to the website to see what one of the more recent recipes I dropped up on there. I posted up on there. And
Boudin stuffed turkey leg.
man, if only that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's a great idea. Wow. Well, it's too late because I already sent them the recipe cards, so it's okay. But yeah, man. There's so many options. I mean, you could stuff turkey leg with anything. That that turkey leg hut. They're famous for doing like an Alfredo stuffed turkey leg, and also like a Cajun shrimp Alfredo or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. Stuffed turkey leg. So you could stuff it with everything. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna do that, and it's fun. It's always fun. Getting the process down of these recipes. And yeah, so we're doing that coming up this week. I'm also going to be doing like a practice run for my competition that's going to be there in a couple of weeks.
It's gonna be
Uh,
brisket.
no.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
competition is going to be this competition is chicken and ribs.
Okay.
So chicken and pork ribs. So I'm going to be
Don't
just doing
forget
a
to
couple of
squeeze your chicken. Let the
test
juice
cook.
shoot out.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna just squeeze it
take a
all over the
picture.
place. Take a picture while I'm doing it, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'll be hypocritical of my brisket, relationship advice that I did.
Yeah.
Then also yesterday, actually, I went with my son. My wife saw this billboard while she was driving, and you know, it was like this billboard for Anime Bonsai, which is basically like an anime Comic Con up here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That's
you
cool.
know, and they hadn't had it. I think they hadn't had it in 2 years because of COVID, right? So we went, and they had, everybody had to wear a mask if you were over the year, 2 years of age, and yeah, but when you go to Comic Cons, people wear masks anyway, just dressing up. So this was just an extra mask under that mask, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, and we didn't dress up just because we found out about it like literally the day before.
Last
But
minute. Yeah.
yeah, but my son wore his Naruto primitive hoodie,
Okay.
and I just had my 713 shirts, DJ Screw mixtape, shirt on.
Okay.
Uh, and so yeah, it was really cool. A lot of people dressed in a lot of different characters. One Punch Man, Pikachu, My Hero Academia, Near Automata. All these like cool anime, movies, shows, video games, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
All the Shonen Jump series. It was pretty cool. And so we first got there, right? we didn't walk in the front door. Like this convention center is like all the doors were open. So we just walked in, even though we had a ticket, we didn't have it scanned. We just walked in to like the nearest door that somebody opened for us. So we walked in, and like the first table we saw was for this gaming, I guess this gaming company called Butterfly Gaming. And it's like you spell it like butterfly, like you spell butterflies with an IE, right? Butterfly Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy was behind the table. He was just like, he was there. They had like a bunch of Xbox stickers and like, T-shirts and all this other cool stuff, at the thing. And, so I was just talking to him. And he's like, yeah, man, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, hey, in order to get some free ticket or from some free stuff, you just got to follow Butterfly Gaming. You got to follow me, blah, blah. And this guy, his name was Da Papa J, right? So that sounds like he stole your name. Anyway, Da Papa J on Instagram and on Twitch. And he's a esports streamer. They had several guys there. And he was like basically like going through all these different steps of like following them and then like posting a photo. Is like, well, you can get a free sticker or you can get a free T-shirt, if you like do all this stuff, blah, blah. And then we'll also enter you into this drawing for this huge like Pikachu box giveaway that's supposed to be worth a lot of money, whatever. So sought after. So we did that, and it was really cool. He was a really nice dude. Chatted him up for a bit, and just sort of asking about how he got into gaming, all that stuff. And so then we walked away. It was a cool little experience to start. Then like, I don't know, about 15 minutes later, he found me and my son. He's like, hey, we took a vote at the table, and we wanted to invite you back to the table for something. And we're like, all right. So we went back, and he was like, yeah, man. He's like, you know what? Y'all were so cool. It was really nice chatting with you. And thank you for signing up for all the stuff that you signed up for, or not signed up, like followed, whatever. So he's like, here, I'm going to give you each this box. So he gives me this.
Oh, nice.
He gives my son this.
Okay.
He's like, this is DC versus Marvel. So I want you to open these up. And this is
a Target exclusive.
No, that's a GameStop exclusive.
Oh, that's right? A game. Okay, I thought that was a Target sign on the side.
That's what I thought at first too. I was like, how does it say Target and GameStop at the same time? Anyway, so I open up my box, and I get, see that?
Joker. Okay.
Funko Pop. It's Joker. It's the Joker gamer. So it's the Joker playing a video game. Let's see if I get that in the camera.
Gotcha.
It's actually pretty dope. And it also comes with stickers. Joker with like a VR headset on. And so it's multiple versions of the Joker. There's a mini, and then there's also a Joker Pez dispenser, a Joker, gamer Pez dispenser too. It was really dope. I was like, oh my God, and I like the Joker. Like that's one of my favorite DC, super villains. So I was just like, dude, like that's amazing. So then my son opens his, right? It's this Marvel one. And then my son gets, as it takes a minute, my son gets Miles Morales.
Ah, very cool.
Wait,
good choice. Good.
Try to get that reflection off of there. There you go.
Pick.
Yeah. So
and that's a gamer.
Miles Morales. Gamer as well. And they also have a mini version of that. They have a Pez dispenser version, and his comes also with stickers, and then also these two buttons, right, or these two pins. And apparently this green pin is a glow in the dark pin, and it's like a coveted. What do you call it? It's like a coveted, like collector's item. So the guy was just like, wow, you got one of the cooler pieces or whatever in one of those blind boxes. So that was really dope. And it was all for free. He ended up giving my son like he got a Forza t-shirt. He got he threw my son like a thing of socks, like Batman socks. It was really cool, like Funko Pop Batman socks. It was really cool. It was nice of them, to do that. And honestly, I was like, all right, I didn't know what the event was going to be like, but as soon as you walk into a Comic-Con, it's going to be fun. But yeah, they really started off the day nice for us, because there wasn't a ton of stuff there. It wasn't like a huge convention center. They didn't have a ton of stuff going on outside of the artist alley and like a couple live things that had happening, but But that was a cool entry in, to the event, and they made the day nice. So yeah, so that was dope. We did that yesterday, and then I visited one of the stores that stocks the product, and then we got back later that evening. My son had a basketball game, and yeah, man, he scored a couple buckets. So yeah,
That's nice.
he
Yeah,
was
I
out
saw a
there.
video.
He's out there D'ing people up though. Like you know, if he could learn to just put his hands like side to side and
Yeah,
work on his lateral movement, like his defense would be like almost Gary Payton style. He's like the glove. He's in there
nice.
ripping balls out. He was in there like there's a kid who went up to he got, I don't know. My son's not a big man, but somehow he rotated down low on this big man on the other team who's about to put up the ball. He ripped it out, and for some reason it seemed like the ball was stuck to the court, so he couldn't pick it up. So he just like bowling ball rolled it down to one of his teammaats for a fast
That's
break.
funny.
It was hilarious.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
man, there was several of those times where he D'd up people and got some scored some points out of it. So it was pretty funny. But yeah, man, and they skunked this team. It was like 60-11.
Ouch.
It
Wow.
was bad.
That's dope.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it was a fun time. But you know what? It's good. It's always fun to watch these kids grow up and do some of those fun things that either you did or you never did. Like I wasn't good at basketball as a kid. You know, I was a really good defender. Like I could block anybody, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like shooting, I was not good. So I'm glad my son at least has a little bit better of a stroke than I do at that age, and he's
Man.
still holding that defense. And you with your kids out there about to be little black Bruce Leroy's.
Yeah.
Tearing up the scene.
Man, I hope they stick with it. I really do hope they stick with it, man, because the possibilities are limitless
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah.
with karate. Scholarships. I've been telling about scholarships. I need them to get a scholarship if they
Yeah.
plan on going to college. I'm not going to
Yeah.
force them to go to college, but they need to know. They need to have an idea what they want to do. But if they go, I'm encouraging that karate scholarship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I gotta say, man, I think the same thing, man. As far as school, yeah, it'd be good if they get scholarships. My daughter is already talking about that with her dance. She's like, I guess with whatever dance company that she takes classes from, and she's doing competition dance, right?
Oh, cool. Okay.
So she's competing with them. So she's like, if you stick with it long enough, there's scholarship opportunities for college. And I was like, girl, you were 11. You already think about that. Got to think about that dang near as soon as they're born, right? So yeah, man. So yeah, that would be a good thing. And it's wild because like when we were kids, we saw people doing karate and kung fu and all those different disciplines. Like, and you go to classes and learn it and stuff like that. Go to competitions or whatever tournaments. But like you didn't. I don't know. As a kid, I didn't really see much of a future with it, other than if you were like gonna be like in a Bruce Lee movie, what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
or like a blood sport or something like that. Like that's about because that's the only time you see those people.
Yeah.
But now, thinking back, you have, I mean, almost any superhero movie that's out there, almost any fighting movie or movie that's an action movie that has any kind of combat in it. There are some of those disciplines mixed in.
That's right.
Stage plays. There's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of different things, in life where that is a part of.
Yeah.
And there's so many jobs that can come out of that.
Yeah.
Even being a fight choreographer, like I did fight choreography. And yeah, I wish I had the disciplines, the martial arts disciplines mixed into my knowledge base, because I would have probably pursued that, maybe along with voiceover, what I did back in the day. But I would probably try to pursue that more because I love choreographing fights. Like it was so fun.
Yeah. Shout out to the Kung Fu Driving podcast, because he talks about all that stuff and interviews a lot of people from a lot of martial arts disciplines, and and their lines of work, like you mentioned, a lot of fight choreography, a lot of directing, just a whole wide range of things you really don't see as a kid, but you know, they play a big part in a lot of these action movies and video games too. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
what is motion capture? Motion capture. So if
Oh
you
yeah, okay.
know how to do that stuff, and you can do motion capture, you could be in a Mortal Kombat video game, Street Fighter video game, whatever. You know.
Yeah, that's so
So
nice, man. That's cool. That's cool. Speaking of, so yesterday I said there was a live event thing at the Anime Con. They had like a there's this improv group. It was three people, three guys. It's called Lava, Lava, and these guys, all three of these guys are voice actors for tons of video games and anime characters and some mainstream cartoon characters that you would like from TV shows you would know or games you would know, like Kingdom Hearts, like One Punch Man, um, what is it called? I can't remember what that was called, but there was several characters. They started rattling off like who they played. Just some of them, and I was like, dude, are you kidding me? There was like a couple of guys were in the new one of the some of the new Final Fantasy reboots, like everything from like Final Fantasy 7 all the way up to 15. I was like, dang, what? And these are people that you hear their voices, or you play the game, you hear these voices, and it's like nameless, or it's not nameless, or it is nameless, but it's also faceless. Like you don't see, you just hear the voice. But then listening to these voices, you're like, man, I heard this dude's voice on the radio. And after doing voiceover for so long, I recognize voices, and from whatever they're in, and then I can picture their face if I know them. I'm like, oh, dude, I know that guy. Like one of my buddies is one of my good friends is a guy who plays Brick in Borderlands.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and he's right there in DFW area. And yeah, so it's pretty cool to see them in person. And I think we got a kick out of that. So
that's cool.
Yes. So speaking of not knowing, who we're talking, who we're listening to, who we're seeing, not knowing who the person's name is, while you're watching a character on TV, watching a movie, whatever it is, Kayla, our Memphis correspondent,
Yes,
gave us an idea. And you can go ahead and tell people how to leave voicemail. We won't get into voicemails just yet. We'll sort of repeat like last week and do them later in the show. But she gave us an idea of a game called Guess Who. We can try to come up with somebody. So we would invite you guys maybe to give us a Guess Who on the voicemail. And Jay, tell them how to do the voicemail.
All right, people, how to do the voicemail. You do the voicemail by picking up your phone and dialing 385-3-BLAKPC. It's 385-325-2572. So you can give us a little ring-a-ling and leave us a voicemail. Give us some suggestions on maybe some games or anything inspired by this game that we're about to play. I think that's right. I should word it.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. You're right. You're dead on. So I have one if you want me to go first, or you can go first.
You go first. Let me think about it.
All right. So this person, right? This person, let's see here. This person was visualized as an addition to another character, which was created all the way back in 1982. This character was developed, first thought about and created during the development of a video game we call Donkey Kong. This character isn't the first. He's the second in most cases. He has a very, very popular family member who is probably one of the most recognized video game character in history. Yeah. But this guy is the one that everybody actually wants to be.
Yep.
He's the coolest.
He is.
He wears green.
He does.
Even though his hat has a big L, he never takes the L.
Yes, sir.
His brother's name starts with an M. Yes. There you go.
Luigi Mario.
Luigi. It's me, Luigi. Even though I know I've never heard it say, it's me, Luigi. I think that's what he would say. So,
possibly.
Yeah, Luigi.
I think we need another Super Mario Brothers movie, live action.
My guy.
Yeah.
There we go. Luigi, a Mario character. It's so sad. We never knew if Mario and Luigi had a last name.
Mario.
Their last name is Mario?
Yeah. Mario. That's why it's called the Mario Brothers.
Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. You know what? I literally said that. You said that, and I'm looking right here. It says Luigi Mario.
Oh, there you go.
And Mario is his twin brother. They live in the Mushroom Kingdom. There you go. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Let me see if I can gather some words for this person. All right. So this person here, widely known, worldwide, international. This person did not speak the very best of English, but he made a way. He's popular in the 80s, just like similar to Mario, but not 2D, real life. He I'll let you know it's a he.
Okay.
He played as one of our biggest action stars. Narrowing down the search for you. Biggest action stars back then. And eventually got into a place where he did not make a complete fool out of himself by, well, let me rewind that, because he did make a fool out of himself by having an extra female on the side who fathered a child by him, and this particular child looks exactly like him. He was married to a very famous person as well. They're divorced now, and I think the last couple hints I'll give you. He was in a political office.
He used to make a fool of himself. He's one of our biggest action stars.
He did make a fool of himself.
Political
Not all the
office.
time. Not all the time. Put all those clues together. 80s.
He didn't speak English really well.
Right.
Okay, 80s action star, didn't speak English really well.
Should be.
Who is Arnold Schwarzenegger?
You're right.
Yes. Yes.
I was about to say something with muscles, but then it was like too obvious right there. Away. Yeah.
When you said political office, that was the one that got me. Because I was like, who had a kid that looked like them? That could be anybody.
Yeah. And the crazy thing, that particular story came out after he left political office. So I was like, he didn't make a complete fool out of himself, but with that, he did.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Nah, at first when you were like, this is, this guy was from the 80s and, and then you were like, he didn't speak good English. I just kept thinking of Tattoo.
Oh, yeah,
the plane boss. That's all I could think for a long time.
Yeah.
And then you said action star. I was like, well, it's not Tattoo. So there you go. Cool. All right. Sweet. That's the Guess Who. Hope you guys guessed it before we did. Jay seemed to catch on pretty early. It sounded like with mine, and I had no clue until the last clue. So there you go. Speaking of knowing things, speaking of being smart while you're trying to learn things, find out things. Speaking of being the head of the class, which is probably not really a good segue, but Head of the Class. If you were an 80s
Wow.
child,
Yeah.
you remember this TV show. This is where Robin Givens, ex Mrs. Mike Tyson, and so many other things that she is, whatever. This is where she got her start. It's where America fell in love with her, and the young Jared fell in love with her. But then I quickly fell out of love because I was like, she seemed a little crazy, and we found out that she was. But yeah, the Head of the Class, that TV show from the 80s, they're actually rebooting that show.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, let's see here, Head of the Class reboot. There we go. And basically, they're bringing it back. Robin Givens is actually, supposed to be coming back to that as well, and it's also going to be, it's also going to be a what do you call it, back on ABC, or at least ABC is, a part of the reboot process. So here we go. So we're going back into it, and yeah, how did I get to that? So Head of the Class reboot, bam. So yeah, man. I don't know. Do we need a reboot of all these shows?
No.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
I mean, what is the? Is it going to be like the same? Did they give a synopsis of what the show is going to be? Is it going to be pretty much exactly the same, or
basically they're going to go back, to the same high school, that they had back then. I can't remember it right now, but apparently Robin Givens is going to be coming back as one of the. Wish I could find on IMDb right here. There we go.
teacher?
Robin Givens is going to be coming back. There she is, as one of the kids' moms. Right.
Okay.
So she'll be coming back playing the mother of one of the characters. I guess there's a clip right there of one of the episodes.
It's going to be on HBO Max.
Is it HBO Max?
I saw HBO Max logo in the corner, so I just assumed it.
Let's find out. I thought it said ABC, but I might not. I might have missed that part. So storyline. Right. Let's see here. Genre comedy. Here we go. See more credits. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, HBO Max.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right, you got it.
Okay. Well,
so
that's cool, I guess.
Yeah. So here's the storyline: a group of overachieving high school students who meet their greatest challenge, a teacher who wants them to focus less on grades and more on experiencing real life. So, sort of sounds like what it was before a little bit, right?
Okay. Do you think it could work?
Man, I don't know, man.
Because here's the thing. Here,
I don't think so.
When the original Head of the Class was back around, what was like the demographic for that? Who did you say that was like catered to?
I don't even know, man. I think it was. This is the thing. I think the original Head of the Class was actually catered to probably people who are like our parents, right? And some kids. But I think it was mainly our parents.
Maybe like college age, probably.
Yeah, college age to older mainly, but then also like it pulled in some, some kids. Cause like, they had all kinds of shows back then that were, sort of catered to, that, what they call it, like baby boomer age, like Head of the Class, like was the other one with Michael J. Fox, Family Ties.
Family Ties, yeah.
Yeah, like shows like that. There's a bunch of those with like kids in like a like a young to teenage range, and then adults going through like adult problems while raising their kids. But then they also had shows like Silver Spoons and things like that that were more catered to us, Punky Brewster. Mm-hmm. So I think it was a mix. Oh, Brad Pitt. Who knew Brad Pitt was in Head of the Class? The original? Bam.
Oh, that must be how he hooked up with Robin Givens.
Must be.
Yeah, I remember Mike Tyson saying that story about that. How he walked in on them two, in bed together.
Yeah, there you go.
And he's still alive, so cool.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm not sure we actually need a Head of the Class reboot, because like, why not just come out with something original? Because there's a lot of great original shows out there right now. But hey, you know what? I guess it is what it is, man. If there's somebody who wants to put money on it, it's gonna come out.
So what do you think about what do you think about rebooting stuff from like 80s, early 90s? Because they're doing Fresh Prince reboot.
Are they?
Yeah, but it's not going to be a
Oh.
comedy. It's going to be a drama series. So this comes off that the tail end of that I guess it was like an independent kind of trailer that a guy put together, and eventually it got to Will Smith because the trailer was so good, because the guy flipped it into a drama series instead of like a comedy. He flipped it so good that I think Will Smith wanted to finance it and produce it to a real show. So that's getting remade into a drama series. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. I think I'm more in that nostalgic type phase where
And it's called Bel Air.
I don't want to see that particular series turn to a drama, because I think we already got enough like black dramas on there. Just if you look at like stuff like BET and all these other goofy ass shows like Real Housewives of whatever, all that's just completely drama. I don't know if we need it, but that's just me talking.
Yeah, I'm not sure we need it either, man. Like there's some things that just need to live as they are, right? And I think we talked about this, we've talked about this several times with some of these show reboot, but there's some things that just need to live like where they were, where they started, and just live in either infamy or the glory that it attained while, when it first came out. And I think Fresh Prince is one of those things, right? Yeah. Because this Bel Air one, this Bel Air is going to have the same characters.
Same characters, basically. Just completely different feel from the original.
Different take on them.
Yeah.
So like this is one of those things where it's going to be like the Wonder Years. Wonder Years came out with a little black kid, playing like the main character. So people are going to go into it with a specific perception, right?
Right.
And even some of these cartoons that they're bringing out as live action movies, like Disney cartoons, things like that. People are going to go in with like a certain perception, and when that doesn't show up, they're going to not. Their people aren't going to like it. Even having all this information that we know right now, we know months or years, whatever it is, before it even actually comes out, right? We know what it's going to be about, but still there's that huge amount of the audience that remembers it, remembers Will Smith, remembers Carlton, remembers all that stuff, remembers Jazz, I'm trying to say getting thrown out Uncle Phil, all that stuff. And they're going to think that when they go into it. So they're going to be like, why is this a drama? Like for what? And I think that's this one. I mean, I think it's cool that they came out with something like this, but because I'm not dogging a creative, but I just don't think it was needed. I think they could have. He could have come out with this, right? Total different character names, not called Bel Air. What I'm trying to say, but with similar settings. And I think overall it probably would be received, perceived better, if you will, compared to just bringing back something that's already been there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say.
True. Now, and then the thing I ask myself is, if he would have came out with something completely original, would it have got the attention it did had it not been like a Bel Air type? Let me see how I put this. A Bel Air, a direct Bel Air, Fresh Prince of Bel Air correlation between the two trailers that he.
What was the first part of the question? What?
So would he have got the same attention if he did something completely original, put together a trailer, versus the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, put together a trailer based on flip that particular storyline, put together a trailer on that?
He
probably wouldn't have got the same eyes on it.
It would have taken him a long time to probably get that sold,
Yeah.
And really the best route when you're going through that, it seems like as of late, is going to Netflix. You know what I'm trying to say? Because like Squid Game, nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
And Netflix picked it up, and now it's and they paid like $21 million for Squid Game, right? And it has made them so much more money than that.
Yep.
And now all the, there will be spinoffs of Squid Game, or there will be copycats. I'm trying to say Squid Game is basically a copycat of several other things, that have some similarities. But, it would have probably taken him a minute to actually get it sold in Hollywood. If it was totally different. But the fact that it was such an iconic thing, and obviously, he did a great job of recreating these characters, reimagining these characters, and then selling that off to Will Smith, then and whoever else, so that's the thing. And I mean, hey, it's a fast track way to get in comparatively if you do it right.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, is it necessary? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
True.
I mean, I'll be interested to see it. I don't have HBO Max, so
I'll probably check it out. I don't even know what it's going to be on.
Or what? I'm sorry.
I think it's going to. For some reason, I think it's going to be Peacock.
It's Peacock.
And the same. Oh, and here's another thing. What is that movie? That show from the 80s? Kind of started on the same line. Zach Morris and Kelly Kapowski and
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. That's on Peacock. They did a reboot of that, and I don't know how many. They might be on the second season, third season of that. Yeah, so apparently it's doing okay. But I think we had more seasons of that than we did Fresh Prince. And I think a lot of the characters from both shows are iconic in their own right, because we already know we could go down the list of characters in Fresh Prince and Saved by the Bell, and we know them, off top, could picture their faces and whatever. So, So here's a question. Mm-hmm. If somebody could reboot a show from the 80s, what would you like to see?
Wow.
If. That's a big if. And it doesn't even have to be
if somebody were to reboot a show from the 80s, man, there's so many shows. Like I could probably give you a cartoon and a TV show. Okay. So like if somebody were to reboot a TV show from the 80s, there's three shows I'd want to see, right? Three shows I want to see. One would be Webster.
Okay.
I want to see Webster again. I don't know. I just loved it, man. I just loved that show so much. So Webster, I want to see Different Strokes.
Okay.
Again, sadly, some of these characters have passed away, so we can't really get it. So I'd see those, and then I also want to see Punky Brewster.
They rebooted that.
Oh wait, they did. Oh,
it's on.
Okay, we'll forget that one. What's the other one? Small Wonder. You remember that?
Okay.
The girl that was like a robot.
I do. I remember that.
So I want to see that. As far as like if I was wanting to get a cartoon turned into a live action franchise reboot, right? Mm. I would want to say Thundercats.
Yeah.
And you know who would be playing Panthro for me? Idris Elba.
Ooh. Okay.
Idris Elba playing Panthro.
Okay. Okay.
That's
I
the
hear
dude
what you're
right
saying.
there.
He is, man. He is.
He'd be perfect.
I'm thinking of that live. Did you see the live action Thundercats trailer that they had?
I did not.
That somebody created. I think it was like some years ago. Boy, that looked. Oof.
It looked bad.
Rough. Now, if they could do the makeup, animation and stuff correct, I'd be down for it. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
If they brought it up to like Marvel level, or anything like Wonder Woman DC level, then it would be great, right?
Yeah, but it would probably be us 80s kids that would be the ones that would go and see it, because a lot of these new kids would probably think it's corny. Because
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, and then I think to that movie Cats, the Broadway play that was turned into a movie.
Yeah.
And those cats look
They look pretty bad.
CG wise, they look pretty good CG wise, but then you think about it, it's like, I don't know, man. Yeah. So if they don't, I don't know, it could probably work.
It
The
would have
action
to
would be
be
great. I'm sure the action would be great.
Action would be great. I think the action would be great. I think if they use the same kind of technology that for special effects and whatnot, that some of these superhero movies and like the new Star Wars stuff like that, they use that type of stuff, then yeah, I think it would look great. The thing is, it would have to be a big budget movie. Like it would have to be taken on by like a 20th Century Fox or Disney or one of those like Universal, like one of those big brands. Sony, to really throw some dollars at it.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not Sony. Not Sony. They messed up Spider-Man for a while. So yeah, I want to see that because I love that. I know that they have the G.I. Joe Origins, coming up. The Snake Eyes actually was a pretty good movie.
Okay.
Saw that. So I know those are slowly coming back out. The Transformer series right now, unfortunately, has sort of died out a little bit. I don't know. So, yeah, man, that'll be me. What about you? What do you think?
Initially, I had thought about G.I. Joe, but then I was thinking about, I was like, no. Then I was like, what would Elf look like in 2021 or in the 2000s? So Elf. I would like to see that. Yeah. I came across another one and I was like, ooh, yeah, that one. Dukes of Hazzard.
Ooh.
Now, it's problematic.
It'd be problematic
back in the day because he had a big old Confederate flag on his car.
And the car was called the General Lee.
Yeah. But I think the action that series had, I think it would be cool to see this day and age. Especially if it took place in like not in a big city like LA or New York, but somewhere down south that's not like in a huge population.
Yeah.
Just where they could focus on these main characters and stuff like that.
Yeah. Did they? So I know they did a Dukes of Hazzard.
They did a movie. Which was
right.
Yeah.
They didn't do. Didn't they do a TV show?
Did they reboot a TV show? I don't know. I don't know. I know they did the movie, which I wasn't really fond of, but yeah.
Maybe they just did like a reunion show or something like that.
I have no clue.
I don't know. Yeah, man. I mean, that would be good, especially if you had somebody good to play Daisy Duke.
Yeah, but then see, now I think about that, that would even be problematic these days.
Yeah, it would.
Because what was Daisy Duke famous for back in that day? Her Daisy Dukes.
Daisy Dukes.
You do it nowadays, they're misogynistic. Yeah, they're misogynistic. They don't, all this other stuff. So, yeah. So maybe scratch that, cancel that. I don't know.
Now, you could bring it back tastefully. But then again, there would probably have to be some character. There would be some characters who'd have to make a little change. Like it would have to happen.
True.
Now,
one cartoon that I would love to see, and it would need some high dollars behind it, would be The Legend of Zelda.
Ooh.
That would have to be on like Lord of the Rings type level, CG.
As a live action?
It's a live action.
Oh, that would be so pretty.
That could be dope because there's so many games and so many storylines they could pull from that you're constantly making money. And then, of course, the Nintendo fans, the video game fans would go for it. They'd be all in line.
Yeah.
If it's done right, because how some diehards, they always have a problem with film adaptations. So that could be pretty dope if they did it.
Yeah, if they did that right, I think that would be really dope. As you were saying that, I was picturing Legend of Zelda in the Lord of the Rings style. I was also picturing Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Which, we've seen. It's so funny because we've seen some of these characters as animated characters in live action movies, right? Their
Yeah.
characters have like
Yeah.
come into those types of movies. Like what was the one? Ready Player One, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, turning that Legend of Zelda to live action, turning Final Fantasy would be so good too, live action.
Yeah. Because you got, what's his name? Legolas from Orlando Bloom's character
Mm-hmm.
from Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much Link right there.
As
In a
Link,
sense. Yeah.
bam, yeah,
So,
yeah. Like there's it would be nice. It would be so nice. That'd be cool.
yeah.
Disney needs to get on that. I'm trying to say, make it happen. There's so much. Square Enix needs to get on that. Get on that. I mean, shoot, some of these games, like the newer iteration of these games, the cinematic portions of these games are so clean. I'm trying to say they look almost real. They look movie quality.
Remember Brave Star
Brave Star
cartoon?
I do. Let me see. I remember the name. Let me see if I remember. Let's see. Brave Star. That was the. Oh yeah. I remember that.
Now, with all the things, so we just had, there was a show called, what's it called? Reservation Reservation Dogs that just finished this first season, and I think they got signed up or approved for 2 more seasons. It's a really good series. Talks about life on a reservation. So it's giving native indigenous people their acting credits. They're having them move up more into the spotlight. So Brave Star was about a native sheriff, and it took place on did it take place on another planet or well into the future? But that would be pretty dope to see a Native American play a live action Brave Star movie.
Yeah.
Turn him into a superhero. That would be great for their community to have their own superhero on screen,
Yeah, you're right. That would be actually really, really cool. It's so wild, man. It just ran for what, like a season, maybe 2 seasons total.
Yeah. It was pretty I liked it. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, it was good. And the cool thing about it was like falling in line with all of these, like He-Man, He-Man, and then you mix in like the Lone Ranger, which was still popular when we were kids, but you mix in like all these like similar types of things. So it like sort of came in line with that and was sort of like, maybe tailing off the type of popularity that He-Man and other things like that did.
Yeah.
But like it could stand alone. Like if they, I don't know why it ended, but it would have been nice for that to continue. And the dude's name, let's see here. Tex Hex was his like main like chief adversary, villain, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, bad guy.
So yeah, it was pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I like that. I'm trying to think, where was it set? It was like a western.
New Texas.
In Texas?
New Texas is what it was called. So yeah. So this was
New Texas.
I thought it was a cool series. As a kid, I don't think we looked at stuff as like, oh, that's bad, or stuff like that. I mean, if we liked it, we liked it. If we didn't, then we didn't like it. But we weren't all about the calling stuff trash like we do nowadays, or just completely like boycotting it if it's problematic.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. It was definitely different. Back in the day, things like that to get reimagined to turned into something today would definitely have to. Honestly, they would go over with a fine tooth comb. Before it made the light of day, but there's things like that really should come back. Like, I mean, Coming to America came back. Come to America 2 finally showed up after years and years of being pushed off or talked about and not happening, whatever. It came back, and it came back with some success. Like, obviously, it wasn't like the original, but it came back with some success. It did keep, a lot of those original, like comedic moments and phrases, like, so I think that they'd be able to bring it back with some of that. But there's some things, like the General Lee, that would have to they would have to go.
Yeah.
Because people would cancel it before it even started, sadly. And it's so wild, man. We think about stuff like that because, like back then, we were kids. We didn't know any different, and even I would believe even our parents, like they might have had a problem with it, but back in the day, it was like they didn't really say anything. You know what I'm trying to say? Or they may have said stuff to us, and obviously they would have educated us on history and what actually happened, right? Because stuff did happen in history. It's not just made up. But, it was like, okay, that's the popular toy, go get it, right?
Yeah.
So, or that's the popular show, because I remember watching that stuff with my parents. And I don't know, man, I think like for us specifically, us being from the South, you being from Louisiana, my parents obviously being from Louisiana, Mississippi, stuff like the Dukes of Hazzard reminded me or reminded them, reminded
David
our parents
Duke.
of like, David Duke, yeah. No, that was even further afield. But I'm trying to say reminded them of like stuff that could happen with people that they knew in the country because that's where they grew up. Like I know my dad has seen somebody jump a car off a big dirt pile. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I know my dad would have seen some of that stuff, or he might have done it himself. Who knows? I know that there's all kind of shenanigans that can happen.
Take this Dodge Charger and jump it off a big dirt pile. That would be funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I'm sure if I'm sure as a younger person, my dad probably would have done that. He told me like some crazy stories and stuff he did. So, but then again, doing it like way back deep in the country where, you don't get in trouble, stuff like that. It is what it is, man.
True.
But yeah, man, that would be cool. That would be cool to see stuff like that come back. But then again, it may not be cool. I don't know. This head of the class thing, I don't know. I don't have HBO Max, so I won't be able to really watch it. So we'll see. Speaking of TV shows, did you watch any new shows this week? Anything different, or are you still on some of the same episodes you've been on?
I watched the latest episode of Wonder Years, like we mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Still think it's a great show.
Okay.
3 or 4 episodes in. It's good. Fear Street. We watched part 1 yesterday. We're like months behind. Fear Street is based on R.L. Stine book. My wife has like the original books, some of the original books.
What platform is that on?
That's on Netflix.
Okay.
I guess I don't really recommend it for kids because all rated R. There's some mostly language, a lot of killing, not like superhero type killing or anything like that, but a lot of gory type killing and a couple sex scenes. So I think all of them have some type of sex scenes in there. Some, may not want to show your kids that. But yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I thought that ended up pretty good. It is Halloween. So yeah. Oh, and finally introduced my kids to Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh, really?
From way back in the day, talking about stuff from way back. And sadly, of course, we already know Jim Varney, who played Ernest P. Worrell, died years, probably a couple decades ago or something like that. But I always got a kick out of those movies, especially back in the day. And I didn't realize how many Ernest goes to whatever movies they had. Ernest goes to space. Ernest goes to.
It was so many Ernest movies. It was crazy, man.
Yeah, and all that was that started off based on a TV show. Saturday morning TV show. Ernest Goes to Camp, I think it was.
That crazy.
Then it turned into the movie, and then a whole bunch of movies followed that. But they seem to get a kick out of the movie, so I'm glad. I'm glad my kids got a chance to watch that, and they enjoyed it. So yeah, that's I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I think so.
I'm trying to think. So I told you last week I think about the show Acapulco, but I hadn't started watching it yet. I watched the first 2 episodes this week. Man, that show is so good. The sad part is it's like it just started. Like the series just started a few weeks ago. So basically every Friday they're releasing a new episode.
Yeah.
So I watched it. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I will tell you, I normally, it's been a long time since I really like watched TV series because I used to work at night, so I didn't get into sitcoms and stuff like that as much as people did. But yeah, it's been a long time since I'm like willing to wait on the next episode, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was fun, man. The first 2 episodes have been really fun and funny, and I think I see, you know, it's very relatable. We'll say it like that because I see some things that, you know, I could identify with. You know, a couple of the main characters in that. You know, so it's very relatable. I think it's funny. You know, so I know the third episode, I think a third or fourth episode just came out this week. So I'm gonna watch that here in the next couple of days.
That's cool.
But that's the main thing. Other than that, trying to think. Other than that, no TV shows for me. I just been getting ready for barbecue competition and watching, you know, training videos essentially. So
training videos on how to not squeeze your meat.
Yeah, how to not squeeze your meat, how to not screw up the food this time. Yeah, so you know, we were talking about I guess, you know, some things that are rebooting, things like that. You know, some comic characters or cartoon or video game characters, whatever, you know, that are coming out. I know that you said DC released trailers, you know, this week for some of their movies. So, you know, we have some new movies coming out or some part 2, part 3, whatever it is, movies coming out. What are some of the trailers that popped up for DC this week?
So Black Adam with The Rock, the new Batman with what's his face from the Twilight movies. I forgot his name. That actually looks pretty good. The Black Adam one looks pretty good, even though it's just a teaser. Aquaman.
Let's see if I can share this. I think I pulled up the thing as you're talking about it.
Yeah, Aquaman, Shazam 2. The Flash looks pretty good as well. So there's a Flash movie coming out. That's the only ones I saw come up. I'm sure there's a lot more. And I forgot the event that just happened. I know New York Comic Con just happened, but then of course after that.
What's it called? It was a DC. Hold on a second. I literally just saw it this morning. Because I think was that
DC Fandom? Is it the DC Fandom or is it?
Yeah, let's see.
Did that pass already?
It was called
DC Fandom.
DC Fandom, yeah.
So that they got Peacemaker movie with John Cena based off his character Peacemaker from Suicide Squad 2 or the second Suicide Squad.
When did that come out? Suicide Squad 2.
The second one came out,
right?
No, it came out earlier this year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, earlier this year. We watched it. It was okay. You know, it had its moments. Yeah, it had its moments. I'll just say that. You know, I wasn't like the hugest fan of it, but some of it was cool. Some of it wasn't really that great. But anyway, yeah, I thought the Batman trailer and the Flash trailer stuck out to me the most, only because they were like full trailers. All the other stuff was just like snippets and teasers. So yeah.
I see Michael Keaton's coming back to that Batman, or he's coming back to the Flash movie.
Is he? Okay.
Michael Keaton, he's part of the cast. Ezra Miller. Okay.
Cool.
Sadly, Ben Affleck is still a thing, so I guess he'll be back as Batman.
Batfleck. Okay.
Yeah, Batfleck.
It's you know, so some things coming out that look pretty good. So I am excited to see those. I'm probably more excited to see those than I am the Eternals. I don't know why. The Eternals just didn't grab me just from the trailers, but I'm sure once I see the movie and then how it's going to tie into the rest of the Marvel universe, then I'll probably be sold. But yeah, that the Black Adam, Flash, and Batman are the ones I'm looking forward to.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm always looking forward to the next Wonder Woman, as long as we have Gal Gadot, as long as they continue to do it well. Yeah, those would be nice to see. That sounds like a nice little lineup coming up. When is Deathstroke? When is that? Is he have his own movie coming out or no?
I don't know.
He
Does he?
was just a part of a different movie, right? No.
Yeah, Deathstroke
Um,
was part of.
he was at the end of Suicide Squad, or no, he was at the end of.
Dang,
He was at the end of.
he was.
I can't
Dang,
remember
now
now.
yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I don't know what
Six
Deathstroke was
months.
in.
Batgirl. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Mike Hawk.
Batgirl TV show is started out. Uh, maybe I did. I don't know. It started out just meh.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay because Ruby Rose was playing Batgirl,
Mm-hmm.
and she did just like an eh job. I don't
Did
know if
she? I heard the story
I don't
sad.
know if I honestly like her acting in that particular show. She's just okay to me as an actress.
Yeah.
But then she left the show. Now it's changed to this other woman, another black lady, not
Mm-hmm.
another black lady, but a black
Oh
lady.
yeah. I just saw
I
right
forgot her name.
here.
Yeah, but
Right
she's
here.
taken over the job as Batgirl.
Leslie
Um,
Grace.
yeah, so I hadn't caught up fully just yet, but
Mm-hmm.
we've been just jumping all around, man. So
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. So I see a Joker Harley Quinn movie, a Joker movie, Black Hawk, who I've never heard of before,
mhm. Oh,
Supergirl, which would be good if they did it right. They did
there's
it
a
right.
Supergirl movie, or there's the TV show they're talking about?
Let's
Because the
see
TV
here.
show has been out for a while.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It looks like a movie. They're
Oh,
developing a Supergirl movie.
oh,
Nightwing would be cool.
yeah,
Justice League Dark would be actually
yeah,
pretty dope.
that should be cool. It has Constantine in there and a
Hmm.
bunch of other
Another Man of
people's.
Steel, maybe. There's Deathstroke. Deathstroke movie. Untitled, or I guess Untitled Deathstroke movie to be announced. So one day. One
Is this
day.
from the DC fandom site or?
This is on the collider.com. Upcoming DC
Oh,
movies.
okay, cool.
Untitled Lobo movie. Okay. That looks a little cuckoo. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm excited to see some of this as long as they do it right. I think when they did Justice League, when they did Wonder Woman, and the Wonder Woman 84, which I love, man, that was such a good movie.
Yeah,
Shazam, like those have all been really good movies. Aquaman, was a good movie, even though some of the CGI was sort of weird and not good, but um, you know, those were all really good movies. So as long as DC stays on this train of stealing Marvel directors,
yeah, but
they're gonna be
that's
all
funny.
right.
But the crazy thing is, I don't think they could get it. It's just wild because DC's movies would probably be better if they could follow a storyline and kind
Mhm.
of come together like Marvel. Just like, for instance, that Justice League movie.
Uh-huh.
It would have been great to see the separate people, the separate characters come together and then form into the Justice League instead of having Justice League, Wonder Woman,
Hmm.
this character, another Justice League, this character, another Justice League. Instead of jumping around and then all
They
the
went out of
timelines
order.
are yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So if they could get that together, I think the DC universe would be a lot smoother, a lot better for people. But they're just all over the place. I
Yeah.
don't even think they have a Kevin Feige type person uh, on board to kind of guide everyone, every director on
Hmm.
how they should put together their movies and storylines.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know. I don't know. They don't. I don't know. I don't think they do either. But they probably do. It's just probably somebody that you don't know,
Mhm.
because Kevin Feige is probably more in the forefront because it's like, Disney and everybody needs to know everybody there. But yeah, they might just be, behind the scenes where they won't be talking about that person so much. But
True.
that's somebody that people need to know, because like, you could blame this dude for screwing everything up, or this lady, or can praise them for doing the right thing. So I don't know,
True.
man. I would be excited to see several of those movies to come out as long as they do it the right way. But yeah, like you said, bouncing around, going out of out of order with those movies definitely hurt them. Definitely hurt them.
Sure.
And
Yep.
also just, having Ben Affleck as a part of the cast characters, if they could literally pick, they could pick a Roach.
Well,
and he would have done a better job.
That much hate for the Batfleck?
Roach, Bat Roach.
Man, my kids watch Daredevil with Batman, Affleck the other day.
Oh, yeah?
I look at that movie and I'm like, dang, this is such a bad movie.
So bad.
It was...
I didn't like him before Daredevil. Like, I didn't like him before that. And then Daredevil came out, and I was like, man, and you took Jennifer Garner back then,
Yeah, that movie was just, ugh.
It's just bad.
I laughed mostly throughout the whole movie because it was that bad.
Yeah,
early 2000s.
Pretty terrible. Yeah, it's so sad. But hey, you know what, people? We'd really like to know, what movies are you looking forward to? What, what kind of reboots are you looking forward to? Anything like that. We really want to know, what you're, what you're looking forward to. And you can, call us up. You can shoot us a message anytime on Instagram,
for sure,
on our Twitter, in the email. But obviously, you can always, leave us a voicemail like our Memphis correspondent does.
Mm-hmm.
She's a pro at it. Jay, once again, tell the people how they can leave us a voicemail, and I'll load up our first voicemail of the day.
All right, people. 3853 BLAKPC or 353-25-2572. Give us a call. Give us a little ring-a-ling, ding-a-ling, jang-a-ling. Let us know what's on your mind, man.
Ring-a-ling for the ding-a-ling, make a jing-a-ling. All right.
Yes.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wait.
Get the something strange in your throat. Who you gonna call? COVID Busters.
Did you say Colon Busters?
I think so.
I ain't afraid of no shot.
Oh, COVID Busters.
What's up, y'all? This is Memphis 99. Hey, child. What y'all doing? It's like 86 degrees here in Memphis, Tennessee. And once again, Memphis is on the news again. So first it was the Kroger shooting. Now it's the post office shooting. Apparently, a disgruntled postal worker who got fired came back to the post office, shot two of his co-workers, and shot himself in the head, and they all died.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Uh-oh. Well, yeah, that's what happened. And it's scary. The world is scary.
Mm-hmm.
So stay prayed up. Try to do people right. So no karma will come back to you. Okay, then, bye.
I think I heard that story.
That's wild.
Yeah. That's pretty sad, man. It's just been a long time since, hearing about somebody going postal at the post office, and it's sad that happened again. Do you remember the video game? It's like a computer game called Postal.
I do not.
Back in the day,
I really don't know.
I mean, it was. Oh, shit. I played it. I remember playing it. It was like back when like GTA came out, like before they had.
I don't know. It sounds familiar.
Postal video game. Wait, I cannot
Postal
type.
video game banned.
Yeah, it was banned.
Oh wait, there's like a Postal 4. What the heck?
Let's see here.
It's on the Steam.
The one I'm talking about is from 1997. Is that it? Let me look. Let me look at the images. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, 97. Postal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, it was highly problematic.
Oh, it's on Steam. Is this the same Postal?
Is it?
They I don't know if they not rebooted it, but probably just put the original on Steam. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
It was Postal 1. It was pretty. I don't know, man. It was pretty bad. Probably not the. Yeah, there you go. Here we go. Let's see if I can mix this video in. It was probably not the best game. I mean, it's not the best game at all. And given the timing of it all, and people, what is the word? People like going out and literally, shooting up places like that they worked in and things like that. Mainly post offices and things like that. Like this game, yeah. I don't know. It probably shouldn't come out, but I remember playing it. What was it on? I can't remember what it was on, but yeah, it was wild. And it was, I don't know though. Like if you think about if you think about first person shooters, if you think about Call of Duties and things like that, it was. I mean, that's a lot of stuff that happened, right?
And of course, he has like a black trench coat on and
yeah, that's the problem. That is the main problem. So doing all that stuff, and then if you think about Grand Theft Auto, when that came out and Vice City, all those things, even though that was a few years later, because this was in '97, it still was it was still banned and probably tasteless. I'm trying to say, or very tasteless, whatever. But it was what it was. I'm trying to say, and I don't know if this inspired any. It seemed like this is the type of game that would have inspired some people to even be even more violent. In a workplace or in some kind of public environment than before. So, but it was inspired off of postal workers going crazy. That's sad, man. Sad when that stuff happened. Sad that happens in real life. But yeah, Postal. Look it up, play it on Steam, and then be sad that you played it and now it's in your head.
Yeah.
All right. Oh wow, it looks like Kayla left us 2 voicemails this morning, just less than an hour ago. So let's see what's going down in Memphis.
Hey y'all, it's Memphis Diva 99, and let me just say that I listened to your latest episode and Squid Game. I just couldn't get into it. It was a little bit too violent for me. But I just couldn't get into it. I don't know, the red light, green light got me, and good. It was cool. I just was like, wow. And see, they gonna give people ideas. Now, if I was to do a Squid Game party, I would do it with the little paintball gun, but I don't. It's just weird. I'm gonna have to watch it again because I skipped a lot of it. It got on my nerves. Okay, then. I guess I'll talk to y'all later. I'll call y'all back. They didn't carjack the little 80-year-old lady who had her security cameras watching everything, and I swear, I don't know. This world is just getting crazy about a minute. Yep. Okay, then.
Yeah.
What'd she say? 80-year-old lady had her security cameras watching everything. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, but she couldn't get into Squid Game. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay.
It's yeah, I mean, I guess it is an acquired taste, right?
Yeah.
There are some people who will like watch it and just be like, no, that's weird. And some people who love it, So I guess that was what it was. There we go. Last one up. 3, 2, 1.
What's up? Hashtag Blackout. Okay, this is me, Memphis Diva. Look, I'm all about loving yourself and, being proud, of how God made you. I'm all about it. I have keloid skin, okay? I have a keloid on my face, okay? I used to be ashamed of it. I'm not. Anyways, I'm not a 38, 26, 38. Lizzo, That see-through mess you had on, girl, I get it, but okay, man, look, everybody sweat. Larger people, they have folds. They sweat. You ain't got no drawers on. You ain't got no bra. I get it. You could have been a little classy with it. Even Cardi B was classy with hers. This was at Cardi B's birthday party. She wasn't showing that, Lizzo. Hey, your friends are not your friends, dog. They not your friends. Maybe you should get a little psychiatric help or go talk to somebody. Yeah, you got the money. Man, I'm over it. And Steve Harvey, your wife is beautiful, but she's showing nipples and stuff. I get it, Marjorie. Marjorie, don't get me started talking about you and your past.
What?
It's a villain laugh.
Steve Harvey's wife. Oh, Lord. Little hustler.
Oh wow, that was it. I didn't know anything about Lizzo's wardrobe situation, and B, I don't know anything about Steve Harvey's wife.
I don't know
Marjorie.
either about any of them.
How does Kayla know Marjorie? Is there a backstory? We need to find out. I don't know. I want to know. Yeah, I know that. So, okay, so I know that Steve Harvey, he has, I know that he has he sort of has like a celebrity like dresser. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Who
Stylist. Yeah.
Clothier, stylist, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm sure his wife does as well. Just the same.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah. Did you see Lizzo's dress situation?
I don't know.
Just look it up. Just look up Lizzo dress.
Oh boy.
I would share it on here, but YouTube would probably take it down. Yeah. So we'll just say it like that. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I guess, we do have these body positive people out here. Oh yeah, Steve Harvey's wife's outfit. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're talking about, Kayla. Now I want to know what her past is, that you have such a such an issue with her. What she has done in the past. She's been married 3 times. She has 7 children.
Well, do you, Lizzo? Do you, girl? Do what you do.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That was Steve Harvey. That was not his wife. He has 7 children total. I don't know. Whatever happened.
Hey man, she ain't got no.
Marjorie Harvey's ex was pardoned after getting a life sentence in prison. Wow. Okay, well that's you get hooked up with the hood rats, and then they it sort of follows you around in life. Yeah, but no, Lizzo didn't have anything on. It was just basically a sheer. Like it was like a sheer cover.
I don't know why I had to look that up, but
I looked it up and then I stopped clicking as soon as I was like, all right, I'm good now. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Do you, like I say, do you, Lizzo? Like you said, there's a lot of body positive people.
Mm-hmm.
You do you. We were made to be us. We're made the way we were made. Yeah. Gotta embrace it. So.
Yep. Got to embrace who you are, your love, loving yourself.
Indeed.
If you
Indeed.
like Justin Bieber said, if you like the way you look that much, well, you should just go on and love yourself.
Yes, wise words from the Biebs.
Yes, indeed. He also has peaches in Georgia, and he has that yummy yum.
Okay. All right.
Other wise words. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, man. I don't know, Kayla. I would have to agree with you. You know, maybe Lizzo should have kept that, but then again, you know, there's people out there who are probably praising Lizzo. You know,
I mean, it could show other women who are similar body types to Lizzo that there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, but sometimes you gotta keep some things to yourself.
Yep, exactly. Sometimes you keep to yourself, and sometimes you put it out there. You know, like your love for that box.
What? Wait, what? What box?
Like your love for that box. You know, I'm trying to say you got that love box. You got to tap it. You know, you got love for that box.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, every time you see the box, just get right close to it. You know, put your face like so close. Here's a box.
Okay.
See the box?
I'm getting like different visuals of boxes.
You know,
but
let me show you. Let me show you something on this box.
Getting different visuals of boxes, but you know.
You see that? You see that heart?
Yeah.
It's a heart. You see that box?
Mm-hmm.
Tap it. Tap that love box. So this is where Jay cues the music.
Okay.
And you get so cozy up to your love box. Whatever kind of box that is. Hope it smells like something fruity. Flowery. Some kind of smell of flavor that you love. Bacon. Burgers. Pineapples. Peaches.
Peaches, huh?
Wisteria. Rose petals. Whatever it is. You reach around and you tap that love box.
And you retch it off. Reach around and retch it off.
Then you retch it off because it needs to be thoroughly cleansed. So Jay's cueing the music already. We talked about tapping that love box.
All right.
You know,
wow.
Tap your love box if you want to use bleach to just basically cleanse your mind and palate of everything that we just talked about in the past few minutes. Or if you want to inject bleach into your body.
To kill off everything.
To kill off everything. Because Jay sent me a video this week that talked about, I guess there's a guy in another country, right? Who's basically creating, quote unquote, what do you call it? Like, I don't know what is it called again? Like some kind of injections to kill off the virus.
So with this particular guy, and there's lots of people down in where was the country? Was it Colombia? I know it was in South America. So Colombia, Bolivia, all in that area there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going the bleach injecting route where people are injecting bleach in their veins, ingesting it by drinking it, because they believe it kills off any harmful toxins in your bloodstream and in your body, such as COVID. What else did they say?
This was Vice. This was Vice did that.
This was
in
Vice.
Bolivia.
Mm-hmm. So COVID was one of the things. What is the psychological disorder that a lot of kids are being not?
You mean depression?
No, we can't say. Dang it! I don't know why I can't think of it. Not ADHD. What is there's a big spectrum
ADD,
of it. Spectrum. Why is it on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it?
Autism.
Autism. There you go.
Yeah.
Autism. So supposedly this lady on this particular interview said she gave her son some of this bleach, and within a certain period of time, he was cured of his autism. That's what she said. Not me.
Wow.
A lot of doctors down there, many of the doctors, nurses swear by this. They injecting bleach, ingesting it, that it helps with the COVID, and they've supposedly cured a lot of people by providing them with that particular treatment. But on the flip side of that, you got doctors that are saying more people are dying from ingesting this bleach and injecting it than there are people dying from actual COVID. So,
Wow.
You got a large population that truly believe in this particular supposed quote unquote cure for this thing. And people are making money. There's one guy who was like Jared mentioned earlier, who's creating the bleach, selling it, and he's making roughly, I forgot how much they said, $10,000 to $12,000 a month, US dollars a month.
That's insane.
So then they brought up a clip of Donald Trump saying maybe we should just inject ourselves with bleach. So the thought of that has been around for a long time. They even provided a source from, I don't know, a couple decades ago or something like that, of a guy claiming that bleach was the cure to ending a lot of sickness and detoxifying the bloodstream. No, I don't know, man. I ain't trying to entertain that particular thought of me ingesting bleach,
Nope.
And
nope.
I don't know. I don't know. Just whatever. It's weird to me. It's strange.
It's very strange. And yeah, man, years ago, I remember seeing something, and this was like, maybe like, a decade or two after HIV like became so, bad or whatever.
Right.
I remember seeing some reports saying that, if only they could use bleach to inject into people with HIV, because bleach can kill that virus, right? It can kill that disease. And so, yeah, but then again, it's bleach. So that's why they couldn't, because it would immediately kill the person, right? So yeah, I'm sure scientists can come up with a way to find some component in there that may be, safe for treating these ailments and things like that. I do not believe that bleach would help autism, because that's something with the brain. That's not like a disease that you can catch or develop. I'm trying to say it's not a virus.
Yeah.
That's something totally different. That's crazy, man. It's sad. There's all this misinformation in countries like that, like third world countries or semi third world countries, things like that. And shoot, like you said, even our country, there's people that believe that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's highly unfortunate. And it's even more unfortunate there's people who continue to like say, okay, no, this is how it works. Do this thing and inject yourself with bleach. It's definitely going to work. No, it's not. Not going to work. You're going to die. Don't drink it. Don't shoot it. None of that stuff. Just use it for your clothes and cleaning.
Yes.
That's about it.
And if you want to use bleach to pour in your eyes after seeing that Lizzo pic, tap your love blocks.
Wow. Yes, indeed.
That was wow. I didn't need to see that, but thank you, Kayla, for providing us with information to watch that video or pictures.
If you wish that you could see a live stream of Kayla's, Lyft, rideshare chronicles, tap your love box, because I'd love to see some of those scenarios that happen.
Oh yeah.
What was the show? Was it
Taxi Cab Confessions?
Yeah, there you go. Taxi Cab Confessions. Yeah, they had that back in the day. I mean, I know that show went for a while. I don't know why it ended. Maybe copyright there, or not copyright, but maybe image and likeness issues or something like that. And I'm sure that that Uber and Lyft have that type of stuff built into their user agreement if you're going to become a driver. That you can't do one of those things. But there's plenty of drivers that do. I just want to see some of those things, man. I think it'd be funny.
It would be. Bet it would. All right. Tap your love box. If you'd like to see your favorite 80s movie be rebooted into a 21st century film or TV show, Could be good.
I would love to see that.
Perfect
Love to
strangers.
see it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Love to see it. I'm trying to think. Tap your love box if you are confused when you see people dressed in cosplay wearing a pantsuit mask. Do you know what a pantsuit mask is?
A pantsuit mask. No.
Pantsuit.
Is it
pantsuit?
Pantsuit.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is that?
It's basically wearing underwear on your face as a mask. And let me tell you why. Yesterday,
okay,
we went to this panel. We went to this panel. There's the character right there. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can share. So yesterday we went to this panel and saw, there's some lady who was dressed in cosplay who was, just rolling the dice, and every time she would just, she would roll the dice and she would answer a question or have to do something, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody was dressed like this guy right here with the green thing on the green thing. He was dressed exactly like that. And he was wearing like some women's underwear, like with the crotch, like right on his face. That was like his cosplay.
Okay.
I was like, what is that? And my son looked over and he's like, why is that dude wearing underwear on his face? He's like, this is weird. And then my son watches anime, right? And anime, right? So he's like, you know what? This is why I don't like to associate with people, with anime fans, because they're weird like that.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, it was weird, man. I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't know what character it was. I think I had seen the character, and I think the character I was thinking about was a total different character from maybe like a more mainstream, like anime. But yeah, I saw that, and I was like, bruh. And this dude, like, it wasn't like he was just like sort of sitting there and we like saw him. He kept like, making comments while this lady was, doing her thing, or, raising his hand so he could try to be involved in it or whatever. And like, it was it was just weird, Yeah.
It's kind of similar to this particular woman. Let's see if I can share. Let's see if I could share this. Window to the walls. Can I share? Am I sharing? Can you see it?
Yeah, there we go.
So this particular woman,
what is that?
Like this lady on the left here,
mm-hmm.
It says she needed to wear a mask in the grocery store, so she pulled off her thong and whoosh, put it over her face.
Yeah. I remember that.
So this guy here, so that's what your story reminded me of. Hopefully,
basically that's what. Oh wait,
cooch smelled great.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, that is. It looked like that's what it looked like. Yeah, it didn't look. It looked less like the woman with the negligee, or not that, but the lacy stuff. And scroll down some.
Oh.
Scroll down. Down right there. It looked like that guy or lady, whatever.
Wow. Come on, man.
It's wild, man. It's wild.
It's wild. Wow.
I don't know, man. When you see stuff like that, you really wonder. I'm trying to say, you wonder.
You wonder. You really do.
Man. Yeah, that was wild. That was weird.
Yeah. Well, loved boxed.
You love boxed out?
I'm love boxed out
after
bleaching my eyes with bleach from watching Lizzo.
There's a lot of bleach that needs to go into this episode. We need to cleanse it.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well,
I think that's what I'll call this episode, the cleansing.
Go ahead and tell the people where they can find us.
All right, people. Twitter, Instagram, #Blackout Pod. Check us out on all your podcast streaming apps, except for SoundCloud, because we don't feel like paying that much money for the SoundCloud account. #BlackoutPod@gmail.com is where you can hit us up. Send us whatever you want to send us there. Topic suggestion, questions, that type of stuff. Definitely hit up 385-3BLAKPC or 385-325-2572 to give us a little call. Tell us what's on your mind. Tell us what's the funniest thing you've put on your face to go out in public, whether it be a pair of underwear, stanky or new, um, cut off pant. I thought you said a pantsuit for a mask. It's like,
Oh no.
yeah, it's like, well, whatever you want.
Whatever.
Tell
you
us
want.
to hit us up there. Whatever you want. Definitely hit up hooksrub.com. Get yourself some hooks, seasoning. Thanksgiving is coming around the corner. Be here before you know it. You need to season whatever you're cooking, or just give it away for holiday gift basket. Something.
There's also gift cards available on the website.
Oh yeah, there you go. Get yourself some hooks, and then you could show the world how you seasoned your meat, and then squeeze the juice out of it online.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
there you go. Squeeze all that juice, and then play Lil Jon in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you have it, people. 199, one episode away from 200. Made it to 200. We probably should have been at, 52 weeks in a year. We did this for over 5 years. Yeah, we probably should have been at damn near well over 250, somewhere around 250.
300 at this point.
Yeah, close to 300. So yeah, but it's all good. We on CP time. We got other things to do. We got families to be with.
Families,
businesses to run,
Yeah.
Things like that. So
yeah. Did you say we have the runs?
Sometimes we do have the runs, and we can't make it to the podcast. Be on the toilet all day. So
yeah. For some reason, that's what I heard it for a minute. So that's great. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Thank y'all very much for listening. Appreciate that. And on that note, I'm
blacking out. Deuces.
Peace.
Ciao, ciao.